My buddy Jerry and I were out riding last week. He got a flat rear tire on his motorcycle. We plugged the tire using plugs that I bought on eBay for $10 or $12 for 100 of them. They came in a brick about the size of a baseball. And they're just like the ones you buy at Walmart, made and marketed by a company called Slime. Those work pretty well. I've never had one fail. So I keep these tubes of glue. I buy them 10 or 12 at a time on eBay. They are marketed on eBay, and the spelling they use in the ad on eBay is T-Y-R-E. Glue, tire, T-Y-R-E glue. And they're about 50 cents a piece, and here's why I buy little ones instead of one big one. My buddy Jerry had a tube that he used last year that he punctured and put the cap back on. It was a bigger tube, a little bit bigger, maybe 3 times this big. And when we opened it, it was completely empty, completely. I've made other videos on how to plug a motorcycle, any tire, car tire, whatever. But you use the cap. It has a little point on the outside of the cap to puncture this membrane in top of the tube of glue. And once you puncture that, I don't care how tight you make the cap, that vulcanizing glue inside those tubes, not just these tubes, but any tubes, it evaporates out of there. And the next time you go to use it, if it's over a week or two, it's gone. It just evaporates out of there. So that's why I buy a dozen at a time, because they're a one-time thing. Use them once and throw them away. Okay, so what happened to my pump? My pump blew up when we were inflating Jerry's tire. Okay, here's what they look like inside. They have a piston. Here's a piston. Connecting rod that actually has a metal bearing at the bottom. And a piston with a rubber, it's not an O-ring because it's tapered like a bell. And that's lubricated. I can see that they've put silicone grease on it as lubrication. These are what you would call an oilless compressor, like I have on my for my garage, my shop compressor. It's a Craftsman. I think it's a 15 or 20 gallon tank. I've had it for 15 years, and it doesn't have oil in it. It just has something like this. It's called oilless. So what happens is this connecting rod is connected to this primary gear, and when it goes around, because the primary gear on the motor is turning this big primary gear, that makes the piston go up and down. Okay, and there's a reed valve in here. I'll show you on this one. Just a little rubber button at the end. Little rubber plug. Look inside the bore at the end there. You can see that there's a little black dot. That lets positive pressure come out of the cylinder, but it doesn't let negative pressure open it again. So that's how they work. Little electric motor. It even has a cooling fan on the end. Pretty slick. They sold these for $9.97 at Walmart. And I bought, quite a few of them, and gave them to my friends. And I have them in every vehicle I have, and my kids, and my sister, and my mom's car. So this is the first one I've seen that just broke, and I heard it break. It sounded like just a click, and then it didn't work anymore. And I could hear the motor running. So why I've taken this one apart today is I'm going to put dielectric silicone grease in the bore to make sure that it's lubricated, but this doesn't look like it's seized. it's inexplicable. Mysterious failure. But I just want to inspect this one to make sure it's okay after what happened. But for those of you who've never had a flat tire, there are two kinds of people when it comes to flat tires. Those who have had flats and those who will. And what you want to carry is a plug kit that consists of, sometimes they don't come with glue. I like the glue. That vulcanizes it, sets it up. You want to put that glue on once you get the nail out. This is the reamer. I have this rubber on here so it doesn't stab anything. But you want to put the glue on here and ream the hole to make it the correct size to have an interference fit against the plug, which is going to be doubled up. Then you take the glue and put, well, first you put the plug into the insertion fork. This fork is opened at the end. Let's see if you can spot it. There's a slit in the middle between the metal on the end there. That is, you put the plug through this hole about halfway. Then you coat the whole thing with glue and push it into the hole till there's that much sticking out. There'll be two tails sticking out. Then you pull this out and the plug is able to pull through the split on the end. And you're done. You want to let that glue set up for about 5 or 10 minutes before you insert the plug with the glue on it. That will allow the glue to vulcanize a little bit, to dry, to make sure that it gets real tacky. And then you can put air in and you'll be on your way. And that's what we were doing when that pump failed. But I bought a brick of these plugs on eBay. It came in a box about the size of a baseball. And I got 100 of them for like $10 or $12. And these glue, rubber solution they call it. Well, a lot gets changed in translation. These are from China on eBay. They're about 50 cents a piece, and they sell, you can buy either 5 or you can buy a lot of 10. And they're like under $5 for 5, or under $10 for 10, free shipping. So I like to carry 2 with each pump. But anyway, that's what happened to us last time we went riding. My pump expired. At least it had 30 pounds of air in his rear tire when it gave up the ghost, and we were able to drive to a Sheetz gas station that has free air at all times, and he was able to top his tire off to 41 pounds. But anyway, lots of fun, and I learned a few things, such as there's another style pump I have that has a fuse inside this plug that plugs into your accessory outlet. Okay, those fuses are not making a good contact in their little U-shaped connection. They just snap in and they don't have much spring tension, and that blows the fuse because that's a point of resistance, high resistance. It's not flowing through that loose connection, and it blows the fuse. So I would suggest covering that fuse with aluminum foil and then put it back in. The fuse isn't going to blow, and what are you protecting? You're protecting the pump. You're not protecting your motorcycle or your car. You're just, it's the fuse is to protect the wire. But it's probably not going to burn up. You know, it doesn't pull that many amps. And what do you care? You want to get going. You're only going to be running it for about 10 minutes maximum with a motorcycle to pump up the tire. If you're pumping up a car tire, it's going to take longer. It's not like on television where they show a tire going up really fast with those battery powered ones. Don't waste your money, because the battery is going to go dead unless you take that thing out of the trunk every month and keep it charged up. At least every 2 months. You want to get one that you plug in. These were $10 brand new. Those ones on TV are $90. I don't know if it's free shipping or not. But that's all they are also, is the same thing, electric motor with a little single piston. So I wish they still sold these at Walmart. I think they went to larger housings on them so that it looked more substantial to make them more sellable. I don't know. I like these small ones because they fit in. You can pack them in a motorcycle. Yeah, you know, just about any motorcycle has at least that much room. Here's my kit that I carry. The plugging tools, the glue, and this whole thing fits in this little sleeve here. And that fits in my trunk or in my saddlebags on all my motorcycles so far, even in the tank bag if I was just running a tank bag. So lots of fun. I'll see you there.